press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
I'm staying on my own. I haven't met anybody in the past 4 months.
During the lockdown, I just actually met only one person, and I have been seeing that person for the last 4 months now.
The same kind of conversations cannot happen offline, and then suddenly you're thrown with a challenge.
Tinder has been a platform where I have been able to meet people to collaborate on different art projects.
More than dating, I think it's about building meaningful relationships.
This whole pandemic, we have realized the importance of people around us, not just physically, but I think even virtually. What has been your kind of inclination to join Tinder, and how has that helped you during this pandemic?
I'm staying on my own. I haven't met anybody in the past 4 months properly, except probably my neighbor. Tinder has been a platform where I have been able to meet people to collaborate on different art projects. And there are features like the passport features, which enable you to go across borders and meet people from different countries. You can work on a project with someone from Spain. How cool is that? And all of that is enabled through an application. And most of my interactions were, social interactions were in different art events or parties or shows. Now that's going to be pretty far away from happening. So all of that is completely stopped. And the only way to actually talk to people is through digital medium.
I started using the platform long back because I wanted to speak about my experiences of how a youngster would be, in this dating world and what would happen, and to eventually be in the quarantine dating world or in the lockdown dating world, which is so different. And one of my favorite experiences, and I often say this, is when I used Tinder, I think 4 years back, which was to sort of hire people into my team and work with them, on design projects or on festival projects. And to then finally come to this phase where, it was completely opposite, where we couldn't meet people anymore. The same kind of, conversations cannot happen, offline. And then suddenly you're thrown with a challenge. How do you talk to somebody? What are you going to say? How do you meet them? Are you going to do a Zoom dinner? All these were new things that, young people didn't have any idea about. More than dating, I think it's about building meaningful relationships. And I think meaningful relationships is a skill that every young person or every person in the world generally has, when you know that there is a value to conversation.
I've met people who I've collaborated with, who have now become friends, people I generally catch up with once in a while. So for me, it has always been that space, because I'm someone who is easier to converse with / I feel comfortable over text sometimes more than just randomly going to a party and socializing. I'm not exactly that type. During the lockdown, I just actually met only one person, and I have been seeing that person for the last 4 months now. I mean, at least, yeah. And I've not met her till now. We've only been hanging out virtually. And she's in Pune, I'm in Bombay, so it's a long distance.
Geographical locations don't really matter. When you come to knowing people virtually, do you feel somehow that level of compassion, thoughtfulness, the fact that you can share fears with strangers online, does that help connection, especially during a pandemic?
For somebody like me, I would say I primarily use Tinder as a platform to sort of make sure that it is not only about conversations that are leading to anything romantic or leading to anything, a relationship that is going to be between a boy and a girl. It's so much more. What makes it even more exciting is, while I could have been on meeting one person on a day because of the time and availability, today I can meet 10 people from different parts of the world, have conversations about different things. With one I would talk about design, the other person I would talk about festival creation, the other person I talk about, Game of Thrones. and so on and so forth. And different connections happen with different people around the world for a person like me, because I'm outspoken, I'm extroverted. I want that conversation going.
At the end of the day, though, there is a lot of shared collective experiences that are happening because of the pandemic, but I think it also all the more important now to be more respectful of how you communicate and be more mindful actually of how you go about these. Like, yes, you are meeting a lot more people and you can just walk away from conversation, but at end of the day, yeah, that's my take on the situation.
Priya mentioned about being mindful and being thoughtful about somebody else's emotions, and just being courteous about certain things, as little as just responding to someone. You are working, you've found connections, you've networked with people for work as well on the platform. Do you also see that happening professionally, where people are taking note of how to respond to others, especially during this time when so many of us are going through things professionally, emotionally, psychologically? How has it been for you in that space?
So I think if you put that entire thing into a professional context, communication has been like quicksand. If you're talking to somebody for a project, you don't want to leave it on a cliffhanger, it's not an episode of some show. You have to reach a conclusion to that entire conversation if it's professional. As far as like people respecting boundaries in terms of work hours, that's getting blurred out day after day after day. Working hours are going from, usually you would work from 11 to 7 and you shut your shop and you go home, okay? But now there's no shutting the shop and going home. So you're available 24/7. So if a client wants to call you at 3 o'clock in the night, they do that. And it's because of the working hours if you're working with international clients as well. But then when you put this entire context into, say, connecting with people and having conversations which don't eventually lead to work, but like have like a profound conversation about somebody, how you're all in this very universal, it's like a bubble. All of us are feeling the same emotions. It's a very shared experience at the end of the day.
So I met my fiance on Tinder 2 years back. There are certain moments that stick with you, and I think I would always be grateful to Tinder that I happened to meet him. If I ask you individually, COVID or no COVID, but because of the platform, what has been that one extremely special moment for you that happened because of this platform?
Just the fact that I've been able to meet all these people who I couldn't have met otherwise is something. It's simple but still blows my mind. I mean, right now I've been speaking to this person who I've not met but then have quite a lot of connection with. That couldn't have happened, and there's been a lot of learning from that as well. The person I'm seeing is a school teacher, and I'm someone who's been wanting to work in the children's space as well. So for me, the fact that I've been able to gain so much from just like a tiny app on a phone, I think is something very crazy and amazing. Because otherwise you won't end up, I mean, you can only go to a bar or to physical spaces so many times, right? And the chances of you then meeting someone who's like-minded in whatever context it may be is still a slim margin.
My most favorite thing is that so many people are on the app for a reason to get to know other people from other countries, to explore their culture, I've been able to collaborate with artists from different countries and put some beautiful words from their language into my vocabulary, because it's just like a way to open doors. Like, I don't have a passport in real life, but I can use the passport on the app and go anywhere I want to, which is great. And I don't even have to pay for anything. So it's like having a cultural education from people who are not from your direct environment, which would have not happened otherwise, because it's not, the pandemic is not just an Indian situation, it's the worldwide situation. And I think everybody at this point wants to, nobody's going for a vacation anywhere. So this is a way to like, you know, let's just go to this country, see the views and come back and like, you know, make a scrapbook about it. So it's a great way of like, I've started like keeping a little scrapbook of the learnings that I can get from these places. So once, if I actually do go to this place, I know this about this place. They'll be like, hey, this bar is actually good and you can go there because I've heard about it in 2020.
No matter, you know, who you are and which part of the world you are in and what your resume or a CV looks like, we're all going to get through this together. So I think that commonality also helps take so many, you know, ices and sort of bring people together. So I think that's my favorite experience on the platform, because I got to work with 5 incredible minds, build a great project, all of them for platform. So I think that's what makes the difference for me when it comes to it.
When you're queer or when you're from the LGBTQ community, what happens is that the physical spaces where you can feel comfortable and safe enough to go meet more people, to sometimes to just find a community of friends and people who have shared experiences is so difficult. When you are queer, there is sometimes a sense of loneliness that comes with it. Like you don't know if you're going to meet someone because already there's only so many people out there that you can meet. So in that sense, when you are online, when it opens up a lot more space for you.
It's so humbling to know that so many people are out there in the virtual world who are connecting. So thank you so much